simplify completely, and we have x over x squared plus x minus 6 plus x minus 1 over x squared minus 4x plus 4. Okay, so we know that whenever we add, we'll add or subtract fractions, right? But here we're adding. So we know that we need to get the LCD, right? We need to get the denominators to be the same. Now, because these are rational expressions, we need to factor these guys out and then determine what the LCD is. Okay, so x squared plus x minus 6, well, that will factor into x plus 3 and x minus 2. And the second denominator, that will factor into x minus 2 and x minus 2. All right, so then what is the LCD going to be here? So let's take a look, right? We see an x plus 3, and there are no x plus 3's in the second denominator, right? But think about that. The LCD should at least consist of 1x plus 3. Because it's there, right? It's in the first fraction. What about x minus 2? Well, if you take a look at this one, there's 1x minus 2 in the first denominator, but there are 2 x minus 2 factors in the second denominator. So what does that mean? Right? So that means that we need 2 x minus 2 factors in the LCD. Okay, we don't need 3, right? We don't need the total number of the factor, okay? They have 1 in common, but then there's that 1 extra one here. Okay, so this is going to be our LCD. So now that we have the LCD, okay, remember we do what's called building the equivalent form. Okay, now this is the original first fraction here, right? Okay, but remember, we want this fraction to have the LCD, right? This is the LCD with that extra x minus 2. So what does that mean? It means that we should multiply the numerator by x minus 2 also. And then when we take a look at the second fraction, okay, the original fraction was x minus 1 over x minus 2x minus 2. Right? But take a look at the LCD, right? The LCD has this x plus 3 term in it. So what does that mean? It means that we should multiply the numerator by x plus 3 also. Now you're going to be careful with this, right? Because there's already a binomial here. So let's put that in parentheses. Make sure you FOIL that out correctly. So check this out. We have two fractions. They actually have the same denominator now. Okay, and that's good, right? Because once fractions have the same denominator, then we can combine them into one fraction. Now, before we do that, let's just clean this up a little bit, make it a little bit easier here, right? X times x minus 2 is x squared minus 2x. Here, we need to FOIL this one out. X minus 1 times x plus 3, we get x squared plus 3x minus x minus 3. So that becomes x squared plus 2x here. Okay. So now I can combine these fractions that has the LCD in the denominator. So x plus 3, x minus 2, x minus 2. And what goes in the numerator? Well, in the numerator, it's just these terms, right? Added together. So we get x squared minus 2x plus x squared plus 2x minus 3. Okay, so combining all the like terms that we have, okay, let's just rewrite this. So we get the denominator here. And what happens in the numerator? Well, x squared plus x squared, that's 2x squared. The minus 2x and the plus 2x, that actually just cancels out. And then we get minus 3. Right? So by adding these together, we factored each denominator. We determined what the LCD was. We built the equivalent form, and then finally we combined them into one fraction, and we simplified to arrive at our final answer here.